Okay. Okay, 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 okay. 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 Double checking, triple checking, everything should be working. In the meantime, I can already boot this game up. Ooh, hang on a second actually. And someone, welcome to the stream. Look at you being early today. Welcome. I said I would try to squeeze in some streams despite being busy this week, and look at that, I actually managed to do it. So here we are. I am so glad I managed to make some room for the DDLC, because I've been looking forward to playing more of it. Because I really want to get done with the main game and unlock more side stories so we can actually jump into the side stories soon. So yeah, that's why I decided to try my best to make room for streams, even though I am technically kind of busy this week. So, without further ado, I say we keep going. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but they didn't change anything. The desktop thingy. I mean, yeah, but there are the new side stories and some dialogue was changed. Check songs and wallpapers? In that case, I'd have to exit. Can we do that? You know what, I can check there towards the end. And the wallpaper thingy, so the images thingy, I checked in there multiple times. And Raw, welcome to the stream. You know, it's still kind of weird for me to see these little subscription badges next to your names, because I still don't quite believe that those gift subs happened, but they did. You can use the skip button to fast forward through text we've already seen. Yeah, I know how that works. Oh, actually, hang on. No, we've been here. This is the save point. This is the save point we need to keep around. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, that's not. We need to start a new game now. Duh, forgot about it. But yeah, okay. We need to make everyone happy. We already kind of did the Natsuki thing, so now we need to do Yuri and then Sayori. Okay? Sounds like a plan to me, I think. Don't know how much time is left until my phone is gonna be taken away, but I have a plan. I've downloaded music and have Bluetooth headphones. Oh, I see you, I see you. Okay, I guess that might work. Okay, poem time. This time I'm gonna remember to save here, so that I have a point to return to. Okay, let's go. So this time we're going for Yuri. Okay? Does work? Well, good thing then. Okay, let's see. Massacre. Incongruent. Effulgent. Variants. Destiny. Uncontrollable. Why you said dying is fun? Talent you deserve, I just want to die. Everyone, let's just yeah, death is a thing that, yeah. How's the night going, Code? Going great. Actually, you know how I managed to squeeze in a stream today without messing up everything? After I came home today, I basically immediately went to sleep. Then I woke up like not even an hour ago, just so I could get ready for the stream, and after the stream is over, I'm gonna eat dinner and go back to sleep. That's how I managed to squeeze this stream in. Just sleep a little bit earlier, so it's not that bad that I don't get to sleep as much this night. Smart. Big brain. But yeah, my night's going great so far. Like the not even an hour I've been awake this night. Okay, let's see. Atone? Okay, contamination. Existence. Raindrops. Okay. Starscape. After image. Nice. Hey, if everything works out, I might do the same tomorrow. Maybe I can squeeze in more streams than I thought if I do that. So, we'll see. Graveyard. Philosophy. Judgment. Question. Essence. Unrestrained. Ambient. Final one. Final one, let's see. Imagination, I think. Oh my god! Perfect Yuri! I got Perfect Yuri. Let's go! I have a Perfect Yuri poem! First try! If only I could do the same for Natsuki. I'll try that again at some other point. Maybe I'll be able to get Sayori first try, but for some reason, for Natsuki I always accidentally pick at least one Sayori answer in there, so yeah. Sad. Nearly done with editing the exit music picture, probably. Finally, you know how hard. Probably. Alright, I see. League of Legends only, I understand it. Well, I guess I should mention that I do not play League of Legends. I mean, I know a friend who was basically glued to the game for a long time. Not sure if he still actively plays it, but yeah. Possible poem for Monica. Yeah, just Monica, and now I get Perfect Yuri. Okay, let's go. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh. Crap. I think she's noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing that I made her uncomfortable. 700 points more for what? Why distract her from her reading? Just give her a... No. I should give her my pen, if anything. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave to me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Pen? Yeah. The pen. Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. I see what you did there. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. Gotta go? That's sad to hear, but thanks for being here. I guess your phone's being taken away now. Well, it was nice having you around. See you in hopefully future streams if you're able to make it. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust.
No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Code?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophies that they believe in.
Found something interesting? You wanna share with the rest of us?
And then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling again, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
Ah, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Hardstyle remix? Really? I mean, I know there are remixes of your reality, but hardstyle? Okay, sure, why not? Let me just get the book. But hey, by all accounts, I mean, gotta appreciate some of your reality remixes. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Like it or not thingy, there's no middle. Yeah, get that. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Like chat is distracting me. Which isn't a bad thing. Always appreciate a little bit of action going on with chat. It's better than just sitting here talking to myself. Then again, with visual novels, a lot of it is reading. So... Oh well.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? Finally something to watch? Hey Ivanov, welcome to the stream, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day so far. I am glad to be able to stream today, even though I am technically still very busy, but you know, I had to get back into DDLC, I just had to. Hey, no need to worry about me focusing on the game. I like being able to talk to chat every once in a while, okay? Don't worry. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. We each lean in a little bit. Our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm, holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips over to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page.
Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. Don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it helps you a bit longer. If it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they are kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But Code, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
I...
Okay, everyone.
Oh, Monica, right, voicing you.
I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other.
Oh no, I'm not sure my voice is ready for her today. I just got out of bed an hour ago. Why? Monica, please.
We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... it's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ouch. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know.
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time.
Alright. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yup, I in fact did, and this is skippable text, so you know what I have to do. Okay. Let's start by talking to Monica. Okay.
Great job, Code. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. And likes a Yuri
who likes not hurting her voice. I can spread the... Wait. I can spread the internet? What do you mean you can spread the internet? I shall spread the internet even further across everywhere in the world. Nah.
Unlike Sayuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when he doesn't have to derive their own meaning out of it.
Why? When you try that voice, I was thinking... Wait, do I? Why? Do I really? Oh, crap. Okay, then. I don't know how to feel about that. If that actually comes... Hey, it's just Monica, okay? It's just Monica. She has those eyes too, sometimes. But if you say so, I guess I'm gonna have to believe you on that. Let me collect myself again so I can somehow push on.
It's very challenging to write that way effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, while letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I assume Yuri has at this point.
Oh no, I really can't do her voice properly today. Intro. Wow, imagine. Yeah, of course. But yeah, I think Monica's voice is gonna be a bit tricky today. I don't know if it's because it's just because I just got up an hour ago or what, but for some reason I feel like I won't be able to properly get into the Monica thing today. Oh well.
I never really asked though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles.
Oh, right, I'm back to regular. I'm back to normal. Okay, I can skip again. Thank God. Kind of rusty? I guess it's been a while as well. Okay, I think Natsuki's probably gonna be skippable entirely. Yeah, I had a feeling. Because Natsuki and Yuri kind of hate each other's writing, so they're always gonna have different opinions. But Sayori, as long as I don't write for her, she's always gonna say the same thing. And Monica is always gonna be different because she always talks about who you wrote for specifically. Saving the one who we wrote it for last, so we're going to go with Natsuki now. Code, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. Maybe because they are opposite, big brain. I mean, yeah, they do not like each other. At least they don't like each other's writing. It's not that they don't like each other as a person. In theory, at least. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. I can spread the internet. Oh, between devices. Okay, internet between devices. Okay, then. So that's what you meant. I see. Fine. Well, sorry. You get better anyways. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. And there we go. That's all the Natsuki stuff. Time for Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Huh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant that,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are...
Okay, it's skippable again. So we're back on track. Back on track.
Huh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah, if anything I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Code.
Me too. Okay. And you know we're gonna have to side with Yuri on this one. Not gonna lie, but what if humanity evolved and discovered space so much? We're gonna have to make Google's solar system map, and travel industries will make space things. Take people from Earth to other planets. Fucking plane. Serious question now. I mean, space tourism is inevitable to become a big thing if we get to the point of, you know, colonizing other planets. I'm really looking forward to that, because let's face it, most of us are probably gonna be around to experience the colonization of other planets. I mean, with the speed mankind is evolving, it just seems like an inevitability, so... And naturally that means, yeah. And naturally that means space tourism and... Let's face it, first of all, there's not gonna be a Google solar system thing, but they're gonna probably do something like, you know, not like Google Mars eventually. And dark aerospace will approach soon. Ooh. Well, potentially. But Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. You wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized, don't you think you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. I am sorry, best girl, I really am. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from her desk and storms out. On the way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? Ask serious question, answers it. Ask more, Code. So... see. Quick question. Hey, hang on. No, you only asked about, you know, the thing. The Google Solar System thing, travel industries and stuff like that. And I said that that kind of stuff was probably gonna be inevitable. So yeah. Natsuki makes the... Natsuki makes the conflicts. I mean, it is kind of true. But she was also right that she technically did tell Yuri how she felt about it, but we had to side with Yuri on this, because we're taking Yuri's character out and we want to be on the full-on Yuri path this time around. Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated over being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Code, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now.
It's nothing.
One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So...
Huh? What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that.
Yeah, I totally haven't been paying attention when Natsuki talked about your boobs growing a size bigger or stuff like that. Yeah, totally haven't been listening to that.
I'm going to make some tea.
Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, it's time to skip. Here we go. Intellectual. Extraordinary. Damn it. Well, I don't have to pay as much attention this time because I already got perfect Yuri, so, you know. Captive. Insight. Infallible. Landscape. Fantasy. Oh. I mean, fantasy novels are more Yuri's thing, but I guess Natsuki likes it too. Huh. Incapable. Entropy. Disoriented. Unrestrained. Massacre. Contamination. Disaster. Portrait. Electricity? Hey, got it. Starscape. Unstable. After image. And of course, uncontrollable. The stomach and liver are in the... Yo, what? Yo, what? I mean, don't misunderstand, I was able to read it just fine. But even being able to read it, I'm just like, wait, what? Why? How? I mean, yeah, of course, the stomach being up there means, of course, she just had a bunch to eat before coming into the club today. That's why her chest grew a size bigger. Yeah, let's go with that, because her stomach is totally up there. Big Brain Next Generation does not give a fuck things you did, so cut that tree, so no generation will spit on your grave later. Yikes! Yeah, of course, let's blow up the entirety of Earth, just because, you know, we don't care about the next generation. Yikes. Ah, isn't this lovely? Hey, Yuri!
Huh?
Ah, I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Because we can do that. But even if we can, that doesn't mean we should, technically. But yeah, okay, if you say so, just cause we can. Yeah, of course, cause why not? Just to quote, as a shameless Undertale fan, I'm just gonna be quoting Sans in this case. You're just gonna keep going, not because not because out of any desire for good or evil, but just because you think you can. And because you can, you have to. And that's the reason why we should nuke the Earth. God probably regret making us. Yeah, it's time to start over again. Let's cause another flood. Graves are empty space. Graves are empty space anyways. I mean... I mean, technically not really empty, but definitely devoid of life, I'd say. Naturally speaking. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I was kind of just waiting for you.
Ah, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water.
She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. Let him watch some fiery mushrooms. As what we call Earth gets destroyed. Yeah, gotta appreciate the beauty of the mushroom clouds. I simply watch her movements. I'm not watching mushroom clouds, I'm watching Yuri's movements right now, I'm sorry. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts to speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back.
I might as well walk with you.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah. Hello, Monica. You're back, I see.
Where are you two off to?
Huh? He was going to make some tea, so... Watch them later, don't worry, yeah. It'll take maybe a few years, but... oh boy, not looking forward to that. Maybe I am, but maybe I'm not. We'll see when we get there. I'll see how I feel about it when we actually reach that point. Suddenly realize how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. It's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve code and club activities?
My mouth gapes. Like, Yuri, you're speaking up for yourself. Nice.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh no, my voice is dying again. Help.
Then let's go, Code.
Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Cypher. I have noticed that, what was it, Rob has attempted it as well? And has failed from what I can tell. Ah, yeah, you're Cypher. I mean, I might give it another shot, but apparently I'm bad. Try some cool looking fireworks and shockingly strong shockwaves. Yes. But about the fireworks, I should probably, before I look at them, I should at least wait a second, because I can't admire the mushroom clouds if I'm blinded by the initial blast, So, don't look at it right away. Wait for the initial blast to be over, and then I can get a beautiful look at the mushroom clouds. Remember that. Piece of advice here. Kiri quickly exits the room, and I follow. Depending on the radius, yeah. To be fair, if the whole body gets fried, then you won't even have a chance to look at the mushroom clouds. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri.
I just... Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Code? How come even when you do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say? I was kind of hoping for more than that. Maybe a friend with benefits?
Yuri lifts her head.
Code, I really like being friends with you, but does it have to end there?
Thanks, Yuri. You were closer than Rob for once. I mean, I appreciate that. I'm guessing at least I was correct about there being an M in there, that because those 4 symbols just lined up so perfectly to form an M. If even that is wrong, then I don't know. I'll pay $100 if someone of you hear you saying things like that. Ooh. They shall never. They're probably all asleep, so who cares? Anyway, thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too, but I also don't want it to end there. I want to keep going a little bit further. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, snow.
Yeah. Shall we go now?
Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom.
Code, do you like your long tea?
Yeah. Anything's fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
No, it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Oh, of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything.
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming to herself a little. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway.
Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Code. It's very endearing.
Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Code, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Oh, why's that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Ah, sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because my
Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading?
Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. Her radar must be faulty if she hasn't picked it up. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. It won't be long before our bodies become united. No, I won't go that far. We're just reading, nothing more.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides close until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears an intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
Oh, that's okay. I won't take any.
Are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, it might get swatches on the pages.
Ah, you're right. Come on. Ah, so 2 letters are missing, huh? Come on, 2 letters are missing. Okay. You know what? Now that I know which letters are correct and which ones aren't, I feel like I should be able to pull that off today. I feel like I should... Well, maybe not today, because as I said, after the stream is over, I'm gonna go eat and then immediately go back to sleep, so... Which makes it kind of bad if I do end up raiding someone today, and then immediately leave. That'd be kind of rude, but might have to. But I'll try to figure it out finally, okay? Now that I know which letters are incorrect, I should be able to pull it off somehow. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Oh, of course.
Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any hard of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. Take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it.
Huh?
Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Code?
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
That's... well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right?
I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, of course, that's all it was. Because we're just friends, nothing more.
Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. Eat mine, of course. Yeah, her eyes just straight up eat mine. No, her eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the ripple of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. Take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers.
Okay, everyone.
Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share poems. Code, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, thanks.
The spell is abruptly broken.
Oh, I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without as much as a word between us. Get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Okay, starting with Monica, so we can get her opinion on everything, of course. Oh, right, I can actually skip the beginning, okay.
This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read too. Just wondering, have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style?
I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented.
Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen.
I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her.
Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers?
I hope you don't mean that in a bad way.
No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her.
Huh? You completely misunderstood.
Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she has got a boyfriend.
Wait, really?
Yeah, fictional one anyway.
Monica kind of whispers that last part to me.
It's just a hunch, but...
Well, there's not really anything wrong with that.
Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway.
And here we go, back on track. Then Sayori, because we should be able to skip right past it. Yep. Just pure skippage. Natsuki! Huh. While I can admit that it's better than the last one, it's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. Huh? What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me, huh? You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. I have no idea what you're talking about, Natsuki. Please, just shut up. You know Yuri would love this angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... I mean... Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. As she shoved the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in for a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place, because I already impressed her. And that just leaves Yuri.
Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised emotion on her face. Do you like it?
Code. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. You visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing...
Without Natsuki, the game would be halved. I mean, the conflict between Natsuki and Yuri is kind of a big thing of it. You know? Their conflict is kind of relevant. Naturally, if Yuri wasn't there, the game would also be quite a bit shorter, let's face it. Let's just face it.
It just makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway... Do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do, if it's with you.
Now, I don't think we've read this poem before, because since we're on the Natsuki route usually, that means Yuri kind of turned us away at this point. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eye of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Parliament conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. We all know this is about Yuri cutting herself. We all know.
I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
Well, that's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Why do you keep them to yourself?
Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Code?
Well, yeah, I guess I do.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I am glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Code.
That's exaggerating a little bit.
It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that.
It's nothing really. Yuri smiled sincerely at me. For just a moment her timidness seemed to disappear. Okay, Monica, I'm gonna skip you. And everyone else too. Oh, look at this, I can actually skip this poem sharing time this time, the recital. I wasn't able to do that last time. I would definitely walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? I just the thought of that make my heart pound. I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so...
Isn't she so beautiful and smart?
That has nothing to do with what I just said.
You admitted it!
Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Seen the new, Yeah, I took a look at it. I did take a look at it. I did. I have seen that you're still going strong when it comes to your clay stuff. Your modeling, your clay modeling. And again, I am really curious about where it goes, but also ever so slightly scared because it's something about it is off-putting, but I don't mean that in a negative way. Don't mean it in a negative way but it do be kind of unsettling a little bit. But I mean, some people feel like that about claymation or stop-motion in general, so that unsettling atmosphere might be even something that you want to go for, so yeah. Sensation. Infallible. Entropy. Infinite. Determination. Unending. Waterfall? Starscape. Destiny. Disoriented. Uncontrollable. Electricity. Intellectual. Landscape. Afterimage. Graveyard. Tenacious. Captive. Incapable. Eternity. I have returned. I've returned for more time spending with Yuri, you know. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own.
I didn't mean to bother you or anything.
Relax, you didn't even do anything.
But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts.
Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell that I was thinking like that?
Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that.
In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern.
Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves, but if you would prefer to share what's in your mind, then I would be glad to listen.
It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori.
Sayori?
Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her.
Oh, that's quite romantic.
Eh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid.
It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all.
I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about your feelings.
Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much.
Code. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight, and there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them.
Ah, so you think there might be something behind it after all?
I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head, and she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and I also felt some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she?
Well, I guess that was the case.
Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she?
I guess? But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends. That's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze.
Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her.
Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you.
That's not a compliment, is it?
It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading?
Well, as long as you're okay with it.
Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Okay then, Monica! Okay, Monica, let's go.
Your style's gotten so refined, Code. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she?
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spent with her.
Monica, I'm sorry, but your voice is just apparently not doable for me today. And I don't know why.
I think I've heard her say more words these past couple days than she's talked in the whole year.
Yeah, no, my... What is it? What's wrong? Why can't I do it today? Like, not at all.
Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive.
Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself.
You're clearly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her.
That's...
It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day. Reading that edgy novel with her.
Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. Makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know.
Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up.
Oh, she's definitely used to opening herself up, if you know what I mean. Yikes. Throat lubrication required. You know what? Maybe. I think after this day is over. You know what? After Act 1 is over, I'm gonna lubricate my throat a little bit with some good old hydration.
So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage.
You say that like I'm going to hurt her. No, she's gonna do that herself.
Sorry, I didn't mean like that. I didn't mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway.
What do you mean accidentally? She totally does it on purpose. Okay, so Yuri, nothing new here, right? Yup. Okay, Natsuki, you're gonna be pissed off. Yeah, no thanks. Huh? You didn't even... Next! And of course... Yo, Yuri, how are you doing?
Code, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally.
Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after.
Is that so?
Yuri gently smiles to herself.
This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this.
I remember you mentioning that yesterday. Can't believe that you're so good at something that you've never even shared. That you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame.
Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice.
What do you mean?
Well,
Yuri smiles sadly.
Code, during lunchtime I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say that I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I am surrounded by friends every day, you know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all.
People say that about you?
I'm not a know-it-all, Cole. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time.
But I haven't really done anything.
No, that's...
No, that's wrong! So what'd you go, you? Why do you gotta hit me with the no, that's wrong?
That's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. That's really important to me.
Fast back. Beans! Well, that's one way to announce that you have arrived. Beans. I am inclined to agree. Beans indeed. Gotta appreciate them beans. But welcome to the stream. Glad to see you made it back. Always nice. But yeah, going for the happy ending right now. Hype, happy ending hype. We're going for Yuri. And then next we're doing Sayori, and then we're going into Act 2, and hopefully, you know, get the happy ending. Making pizza rolls, nice, nice. Hope you're hungry in that case, so you can stuff your mouth full of them.
That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Code. I speak too slowly. I second-guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy.
I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say that I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you?
If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we?
Yuri puts her head in her hands. But this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem?
Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you.
Ghost Under the Light, Part 2. Here we go. Sequel. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path. A silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows. Closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility. But I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding. I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Ah. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. Yuri, good poem as always. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. DMs, I was beaten to the... You were beaten to the punch? Wait, what? Huh? 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 Check. Do you want me to check DMs right now? Like Twitch or Discord? Twitch or Discord? But instead of taking it from me, she looks away.
Do you dislike it?
No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about.
I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one.
That's fine. I understand this one. I understand. Alright, I'll take a quick peek. Okay, what is it? Main menu? Oh! A different mod, I'm guessing? Or is it just a video? So was that a mod you wanted to make or something? In any case, I should probably add that to the list, maybe, potentially. But I won't watch that right now. Because, you know, we're kind of focused on DDLC, as of this moment at least. Yuri's having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. Oop. I clicked out of the game, sorry. So thank you. And I hope we can keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to a warm touch.
You can, the poem is...
Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles, as if she doesn't want me to notice.
You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes.
Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a great job. Yuri finally turns back towards me.
I guess we should move on before Monica says something, but I'm sure we can talk again later.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. And time to skip. Weekend time, we're going with Yuri on this one. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri.
Me?
Are you serious? Why would you... A stream I don't need beer for? Hey, no cringe today, other than my voice. Other than my voice, there is no cringe today, I'd say. But yeah, good to know that you won't have to succumb to alcoholism this time around.
Natsuki?
Oh, my voice is cringe, at the very least when I try to act out female characters. But I do try. Still going to though. If you don't need beer but you still want to drink, really? Okay, I mean sure, by all means. I am not one to tell you what you can and can't do. Personally, I am not a big fan when it comes to alcohol. In fact, I am very much a strict anti-alcoholic. I do not drink a single drop of alcoholic beverages. Does that mean alcohol is a bad thing? Well, not necessarily, as long as you know how to, don't overdo it. As long as you don't overdo it, alcohol isn't a bad thing, but I personally am gonna stay away from it. Personal choice. I totally understand though if you do like it. Doesn't... Oh! Well, I mean, I guess that works too. I
can already tell that you're about to say something mean.
No. I was just saying...
So you'll be helping Yuri then, Code?
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful.
This one just tastes good. Okay. Again, if you like it, then by all means go ahead. And if it's non-alcoholic, then I don't really see the problem with it. Not that I would see too much of a problem even if it was alcoholic, because again, drink moderately and responsibly, and it's totally fine. Ran out of soda and refused to leave home. Understandable. Well, the part of not leaving home, the part about soda less so, because when it comes to my preferred beverages, I usually prefer tap water, so... Oh yes. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy that later on, the good old midnight tap water. That's when it tastes best. Like, around... When I end the stream, it's gonna be 2 AM, and that's around the time when tap water tastes best for some reason. I still don't understand why, but I think most people agree that for some supernatural reason, that's the time when you really, really become dependent on tap water. But yeah, other than tap water, it's usually tea. For me.
I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking by yourself?
I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine.
Okay.
Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, it's not everything we need to go over?
Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit.
Our brains are fried. Honestly, I could imagine my brain being fried if I didn't have the brilliant idea of actually sleeping before starting the stream. Like, it certainly helped. Now, the only problem was that when I started the stream, I haven't even been awake for an hour, so maybe that wasn't entirely helpful, but I'm slowly getting warmed up again. But yeah, sleeping before starting the stream, and after the stream is done, just eating dinner and then going back to sleep. That way, I should be well rested for the entirety of the stream, as well as be well rested tomorrow when I wake up. Because, as I said before, I am actually kind of busy this week, which is why I wasn't sure if I was able to stream. But, you know, just expanding my sleep schedule and plopping the stream into the middle of it was probably the smartest thing I could have done in this case.
But I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Code?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it will turn out.
That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki?
What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything.
No, that's not what I meant at all.
Yuri anxiously glanced between everyone in the room.
I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Code picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They'll go really well with my tea. Nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so...
I get it. I'm kinda surprised, though.
Why?
Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden?
I know I'm not very good at it. So I'm sorry if I said something bad.
Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helped make everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kinda appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event.
I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out.
Yeah, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. Huh? I turn around.
Sorry, I realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend.
Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number?
I think that would be the best way, yes.
Alright then. You and I exchange phone numbers.
Okay, then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday.
Huh? My house?
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you.
I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house.
Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are.
Don't underestimate yourself, Code. I think that will make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something.
Wait, you don't actually think that, do you?
I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me.
You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do.
But...
Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right?
Huh? I didn't realize.
I'm telling you I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. What is common sense? Well, it's something that apparently isn't very common. you'd think common sense, you'd think it'd be in the name, like common sense. Yeah, of course it's common. But I feel like it's gotten less and less common nowadays. For example, Karens, as in general, are a species of individuals that lack common sense. So, plus there are many other people who lack it, and I do not quite understand how common sense has come to be less and less common over time. It's just something I'm not sure I really need to understand. Not really a mod, more of a sneak peek. Okay, I see. Okay, interesting. Might have to check that out. She looked straight into my eyes for a long while.
I believe you.
As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression.
And I'm really looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, I am too. After the exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. I can finally skip again. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. Keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little more when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've even been texting each other occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, haven't heard a thing from Sayori, which is why I'm skipping through Sayori's dialogue, because I'm not hearing anything about Sayori right now. Nope, staying ignorant, I'll see you on the day of the festival, Sayori. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri?
Thank goodness.
You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time?
No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell.
You could always have texted me. This makes me want death. What specifically? The fact that I intentionally stay oblivious to Sayori? Or what? You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason.
It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Oh, you mean the thing about common sense, since we're talking about... I just remembered, yeah, common sense, the doi. The lack of common sense nowadays, yeah, that's totally understandable. That's a big yikes. Just like, you'd want common sense to be like common, as in everyone should have it, but it just ain't the case anymore. But hey, when the world eventually inevitably ends, we won't have to deal with it any longer. Anyway, it should be common sense to do that, but I decide to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. No, because it's getting increasingly closer to yikes. Oh! That too, I guess.
Well, that's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well?
Yeah, pretty much. But don't worry, we're staying away from the big yikes that is the day of the festival, because once we reach the day of the festival, I'm gonna save and then travel back in time. Because we want the happy ending, and the happy ending means we have to make everyone happy before entering Act 2. And I know how to do that. I know when the best opportunity would be to go back, and that is the morning of the day of the festival, before anything happens. Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right.
I'm sure it will be fine.
I take Yuri to my room. First thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious.
It's so clean.
I cleaned it before you came over, so...
That's very considerate of you to do.
No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here.
Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean.
That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine.
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out.
It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. Don't look into the porn drawer. That's for personal use only. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started?
Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements.
Roommate drank all the beer. Oh no! What are you gonna do now? Are you gonna go for tap water, or are you just gonna refuse to drink anything out of spite? Atmospheric enhancements?
You know, mood lighting or aromatherapy candles.
Oh wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far.
Oh, of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place, although many will stop by just out of curiosity, and for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more.
That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person.
Intense?
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually.
Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy.
Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. Tap water, and when she gets back home, I must smack. Yikes. I mean... Hey. Wait a second, okay? You never know, maybe if she comes back home she'll bring more beer. So, if she brings more beer and is at least kind of apologetic, then lay off the smacking. But if not, then, you know, maybe you're right to do so. You can relax a little.
Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event.
Oh yeah, like what?
Oh, let's see.
Here he rummages through the bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object.
I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you?
Yeah, that would be really neat. What's the wooden thing, though?
Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy?
Not familiar at all.
Is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic.
Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes the switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole in the top. Oh, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for?
This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily.
Because it's an aphrodisiac. Kind of.
Do you think that will be perfect for sharing our poems?
It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for?
Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get?
Yeah, I have it over here.
We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them.
Oh yeah? What will those be used for?
Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon and hang them from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons and create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside.
That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it.
Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? It might also be the jasmine oil. Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Or maybe it's just the jasmine oil.
Use a marker code. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons.
Ah, alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. Carefully, I draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Relatable. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Huh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. Looks really fancy.
Well...
Felt the bad handwriting. Let's how many of us just relate too much to the bad handwriting? I feel like far too many of us do. It's just yikes. Also feel the knife thing? Like, which part of the knife thing? Like the thing about her? What? That looks so... Like the thing about it looking... About knives looking... The thing about just being surprised by someone just randomly taking out a knife. The thing about having a knife on you. You also have... Oh! Are you also a collector like Yuri? Do you have a private collection of all kinds of beautifully designed knives? Because that's an interesting hobby. You know, as long as you don't use them in the kind of way Yuri likes to occasionally use them. Maybe. Hey, not judging. As I'm saying, it's an interesting hobby. I mean, it's no different from collecting other things. Like, if people collect knives, then they just happen to collect knives. Many different people collect different things, so what's wrong with collecting knives specifically? Though I do understand that some people might consider it a little bit weird at first glance, but oh well. It's really not that different from just being a collector of anything, really. Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it?
You're going to think it's weird.
Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know?
You promise you won't be weirded out?
Yeah, I promise.
Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe.
Those engravings provide no tactical advantage whatsoever. Hey, who cares about tactical advantage? Knives are purely about beauty, not about anything else, right? You don't use them to do anything. Tactical advantage. Actually, it could be of tactical advantage. Just, hey, look at this knife, look at those cool engravings. Oh, that looks interesting. Stab. Just use them as a distraction. There you have your tactical advantage.
What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this.
You're
laughing at me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you.
Suits me?
Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife, I can't deny that.
It is, isn't it?
Yuri relaxes her expression once again.
Would you like to hold it?
Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. Take it, turn it around in my hands. Feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow!
Code, why did you do that?
I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all.
It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no.
A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. Kinky. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Yes, just the finger, okay? I'm not doing anything else here. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back.
Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking.
Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri?
That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry.
Sure, it was a little weird. and it took me by surprise. But I guess she was just trying to help, right? Ah yes, the finger, yes. Indeed. Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return.
Code, did you really just do that?
Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now.
You're so weird, Code.
Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri plays the knife game. Does she? I mean, I know she uses the knife on herself, but the knife game specifically? I mean, I guess I could see her doing it, but I don't think it's ever been confirmed, so... Unless it's getting confirmed in one of the side stories, in which case, don't you dare spoil it for me. I specifically marked the stream as no spoilers, because I do not want any spoilers. Anyway, Yuri giggles shyly. Huh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that.
Where do you keep your bandages?
I don't think I need one actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding.
I see. That's relieving.
The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. Looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri.
Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. You ready to move on to the next task?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind?
I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets.
Ah, that's right. One of the items you asked me to buy was a kit of watercoloring paint tablets.
We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us?
Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute.
Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted.
Okay. Taking Yuri's advice, I decide to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-sized glasses. Put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring them back into my room. Yuri?
Yes?
I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Throat. I'm gonna hydrate in just a second. Give me a little bit more time. I want to finish Yuri's character out and then I'll hydrate. We're so close. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything?
Not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint.
Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups.
So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom.
Ah, neat. What are you going to write?
Well, it will be more fun to surprise you.
Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing.
I'm sorry if this feels too childish.
No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too.
Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself.
For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy.
Is that so? Even if you and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. Totally. Even if you meet up with a friend, even if you're just playing games and not really talking much, maybe you're not even playing the same game. Maybe you're just playing games like in company with someone else. For me, even that is already pretty chill. Though, to be fair, I haven't really gotten to hang out with friends too frequently. Not like I have too many anyway. But you know what I mean. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. There we have it. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently.
I need you to understand.
Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. Simply... in the Russian translation is funny. Simply Monica in the Russian translation is funny, is it? Is it? I mean, if you say so. What are friends? It's a mystery, isn't it? I suppose friends are people who... What's the best definition for friends, by the way? Is it just people who you enjoy spending time with? Is that it? Because if that's all it is... What? No, honestly, what's the definition of friends? And no, I don't mean just the Google, asking Google and stuff. Like, seriously, what would you define a friend as? I think personally the most fitting definition would be someone you enjoy spending time with. But it's not like I am the best person to ask. Because I know me be no extrovert. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Someone who doesn't steal my alcohol? Good definition. Damn that roommate of yours. Oh, sorry. I didn't really get that voice. How do I do a kya with a more chill voice like Yuri's?
Kya.
Maybe like that. Sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me.
Urban Dictionary? No one asks. We're talking about maybe personal definitions. What would you consider a friend to be? What's your personal definition of friend? So far we have someone you just like spending time with, someone who doesn't steal your alcohol. But yeah, I'm guessing... I think some people just have their own definitions of friends, you know? But yeah, I mean... Everyone might have their own little personal interpretation of when you should consider someone a friend or not. Not letting you live it down either. Okay. Never! Like 50 years from now, just calling, hey, remember that one time ages ago? Remember that one time ages ago when you stole my alcohol? How dare you? Just wanted to call you to let you know that I still hate you for this. It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck.
Is there something on my face?
Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. So it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then dab it with hot water. Turn to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. Pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong?
It's hot, I just didn't expect it.
Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist.
Wait.
Huh?
Just for a little longer. It feels really nice.
Ah. Keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. She's reading me like a book. Oh no. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist, sending a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away.
Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out.
It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again. IRL tsundere? You think? You think she might be? How come? How come you have arrived at that conclusion? But her movements are clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. Finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's pretty unnatural looking.
I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the result.
Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now?
Not yet. It needs to dry first.
That's true. But won't that take a while?
Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here than have you bring it in the morning. You can do the lettering in the classroom before the event starts. Is that okay?
That's totally fine.
Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here.
Evidence number 1. She gets all flustered when I ask her things. I mean... okay. I mean, I guess that's one thing. But that's not necessarily pointing to tsundere. It could be other stuff as well, but I guess that's one point that would line up with the classic character trait.
I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit?
No, it's not that. Forgot to type the rest. Hey, I have all the time in the world. Well, not all the time in the world. I have about an hour left in the stream, so... as long as you can finish it by then... no, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done.
I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon.
Ah, so you don't have any time left. I was secretly hoping we could have extra time after finishing the work.
Well,
Yuri thinks to herself.
I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well.
It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker.
No, it's not your fault at all. The important thing is that we got everything done, right?
Yeah.
So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything.
Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door.
Thank you for having me today.
And immediately afterwards, she decides to run. When I ask her why, she punches me. Okay, that actually... that actually lines up far too well now. We're definitely getting there. Yeah, no, yeah. Person or people with whom you mutually enjoy each other's presence. Oh, I guess that's one definition. She's also short. While being short is not necessarily a trait tsunderes need to have, it happens pretty commonly, let's face it, that tsunderes also happen to be short. So while not a required trait, it is a trait that happens more often than not. So okay, guess that adds up.
Thank you for having me today.
No problem, I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow.
I will. Well then,
Yuri fidgets.
I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Need I say more? Yeah, no, I totally understand why you'd come to that conclusion. Knowing her tsundere nature, you might have to try to tease her a little bit on it to further confirm your suspicions. Have you ever asked her if she likes you? Like that? Because that would be the most interesting thing to say to a tsundere. I'm guessing she... Though to be fair, most people, if prompted out of nowhere, if given the question if whether or not they like you out of nowhere, would probably get red and and freak out. But for a tsundere especially, I'ma ask her that. Do you seriously like me or something? That'd be... the best response she could probably give is like, it's not like I like you, but... And whatever comes after the but would be, yeah. Not like I like you or anything, but it's just that, you know. Just got home. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. I'm gonna be patient and wait for what happens. Wait. Kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want. You can come over. We can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so...
You're very thoughtful, Code.
Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand.
I kind of like that about you.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get the chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back.
Sayori?
Huh?
Hi, Code.
Sayori, just now we weren't...
It's okay, Code. I just wanted to stop by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Really? That's too bad. I'm sorry, but we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course.
Sayori beams.
Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow.
Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye to her. Sayori, I am sorry, but I'm gonna have to skip your dialogue because I've read it all before. I'll be back. I'll see you in a bit then. You'll always be my dearest friend. Friend zone. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. Skipping ahead a little bit more. Okay. Saving. And now, load. Back we go. Okay, Sayori, it's finally time. It's finally time. Let's see if I've got you figured out, kind of. Okay. Is it a Sayori word or a Natsuki word? Dazzle? Okay. Good. Kiss. What, kiss was her? Would have expected that to be... Okay, fine. Sadness. I'm scared. You know what? That also seems a little bit like a tsundere thing to do. It definitely seems a little bit like it. Okay, I see. She could be one, But I shouldn't say anything because just in case I'm wrong, you know. Play. Romance. Okay, that's a Yuri word, okay. I might die. You will die, a soldier. A salute to Fastback. Dance. Hurt. defeat. It was for science, yes. It was absolutely necessary. Jump? Damn it. Joy, definitely. Love, pain, pleasure. Oh. Okay. Forgive. Heart. Blanket. Oh, that's also her. Okay, okay. I'm learning more about Natsuki. Peace. I'm learning more about Natsuki than I thought. It's a code blue. Easy. Tears. Easy now. Okay. Okay, I think I should be good to go. I didn't get a perfect Sayori poem, but I made progress. So far, Monica and Yuri are the only ones who I've actually managed to write a perfect poem for, but yeah, we'll see. I'll get Sayori eventually. Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. My body's gonna end up in the ocean. Yikes. Actually, you know what? I feel like now is a good time to hydrate. So give me a second, I'll be back in a moment, okay? I'll just take a moment. I'm back! Okay, let me just quickly check. Guess soon might change into a Jan, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, no. No, she won't be changing into a full yandere. That ain't happening, right? Right? You're at least that safe. She didn't bring beer, that is a crime. That is a crime. Drinking all the beer and then not bringing any new beer, that's just horrible. Horrible person. Ain't gonna kill nobody. But she's gonna bring you close to it. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. Could probably fall asleep right now. Close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica.
We are probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festivals are a chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature club sounds too dense and intellectual.
Yet. Of course. Hasn't killed anyone yet. Sure.
But it's not like that at all, you know. You just need some way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. This doesn't solve the problem, though. Huh? What do you mean?
Gonna walk outside of the room. Well, it was nice knowing you.
Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event.
If I don't come back, I died. Yeah, as I said, it was nice knowing you. Fingers crossed you'll survive. Maybe you'll be able to hang on just barely. Cling on to life with all of your strength. You can do it.
So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds.
What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this.
Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking.
So I can just pick her up. I mean, I guess that works, doesn't it?
Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right! Natsuki makes the best cupcakes! That works out perfectly! That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy! Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry! Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself.
Cup from basketball? Put in my cup from baseball? Okay. Find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. I see. But yeah, protect the most important area. Because you can shield your face much easier because your arms are more up there usually. Plus, if she's short, then the face is harder for her to reach. Which means, yeah, it's only really important that you protect your most vital part down there. Then again, she could kick you in the shin. And if she kicks you in the shins, that would also kind of hurt maybe. So, gotta watch out for that. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. 6'7". Okay then. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. But okay, compared to you, I feel like more people are kind of short. She's like 5. Slight difference, I see. Very slight difference. Can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Well, now you can look directly into her eyes. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face, filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair.
Sorry. Wait, actually I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't a napping club.
Does our school have a napping club?
You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it.
Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
It is true, though.
Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori.
It's what I do best.
That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you?
Not every day.
That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time?
It's a secret.
I knew it.
Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt.
I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself.
How is it written all over me?
You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this.
My hair's just really hard to get right.
I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. Try to wipe off the stain with my finger.
But nobody would ever notice that.
Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that.
Hey, you meanie!
And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet?
That's super mean!
Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind.
This is so funny.
What is?
Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things.
Huh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid.
It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you?
I guess?
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly?
It did when I bought it.
If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? Okay.
It means my boobs got bigger again.
Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that?
But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all.
Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more.
That's so much better.
Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around.
So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
Welcome back. So, you survived. How did it go? I hope it went well. Well, the fact that you survived means it went kind of alright at least. What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying it like it's a good thing?
Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Try to I see. So she went for it. Well, at least you were protected. At least you were protected. Still though, trying to go for the... I mean, seriously. All you did was ask her a question. And she freaks out like that. That seems like a very tsundere thing to do. Naturally, it doesn't outright confirm it, but it just seems a little bit like it. Stop saying all these embarrassing things.
I didn't say anything embarrassing.
Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
Only if you focus on getting to bed earlier.
Fine, fine. It's a deal.
I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves.
I guess so, huh?
So, maybe you should come to wake me up in the morning.
You're doing it again, Sayori.
Oh, but I was joking that time.
Man, it's impossible to talk with you sometimes.
Okay, everyone.
Huh? Monica suddenly calls out.
Why don't we all share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Good, I can't wait to read yours.
Yeah, same. I felt it sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Made it very obvious. I mean, maybe? I'm not there, so I can't get as good of a judgment in as you can, so, you know. Then again, maybe an outsider's perspective is good every once in a while, and if I say she seems very tsundere, then... you know. And here we go. Back to regularly scheduled programming. Oh, Monica!
I like this one. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like.
Is that so?
You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common.
Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like you two really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem.
You sure you're not reading into it too much?
I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Yuri's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. You knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too.
Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, to each their own, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Could take a while before I get comfortable doing this, and we're back to regularly scheduled programming. I went out and ate berries. I went out and ate berries using the what? Throw? Well, all I understood was that he went out to use to eat berries. Oh, front of. Okay, I see you cut off there. Front of phone as Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Also the front, you mean the display? Or you mean like the actual flashlight function of it? Like the camera flash that he can use as a flashlight function usually. But if you say the front of it, maybe you're talking about the display. Huh. I guess there would have been better options, but okay, you do you. She's doing the hands behind her back thing. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, so the display, yeah. Okay. Well, hope the berries tasted nice. But yeah, the arms behind her back. After asking her if she likes you, she ran after you, tried to kick you. Okay, yeah, that seems like... Constantly gets flustered if you ask her questions and stuff. Why? She really does seem like a tsundere. It's just... And you think that trope doesn't exist in real life. Oh, Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. Just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Fastback, has she ever talked to you something like, do you want to get smacked or stuff like that? Or has she just straight up decided to go for it? Ha! Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Back to normal stuff. Yuri, hello Yuri. Oh, she doesn't have anything new to say. Okay. And last but not least, Sayori.
Oh my goodness! This is so good, Code!
Huh?
I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer!
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Same.
Well, maybe that's why, because I have no idea what I like either.
Jeez. Sayori's opinion was way more Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it?
Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? But, so when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a code poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like, I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. Simply... Monica, or just Monica? Well, I know just Monica. Here it's just Monica. Simply Monica might be translation for you, but yeah, it's just... just Monica. Just think of Monica from now on, okay? Just Monica. Because we all know that Monica is just Monica, you know? And no one can be Monica other than just Monica. You're so weird, Sayori.
I'm really happy just that you wrote one.
And here we are. Back to regular stuff. Jumping on ahead. Help me, Sayori. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori!
Eh?
Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. It's making Sayori uncomfortable, not at all me, just her. But I feel like I should bring it up. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Code?
Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes...
Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences.
Here we go.
Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting?
Because...
Well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Okay.
I am inclined to agree. Sayori? Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monika. She nods in return.
To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me.
Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she?
You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That makes two of us. You can count on me. You can't, though. We can't prevent anything from happening. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Well, she doesn't have a character. There we go. Okay, let's go. Charm. Cute. Damn it, I should have known. Fun. Peace. Damn it, I knew that when I had it before. Brief? Okay, this time I'm just messing up very badly. Journey. Oh my god. How come I suddenly can't figure out Sayori anymore? What's wrong? Nightgown. Okay. Dark. There we go, finally. Joy. Now I've got it. Debbie, welcome to the stream. You arrived at 2 hours, 22 minutes, 22 seconds. A nice little 22222. You didn't miss anything new specifically. We're just trying to get the happy ending right now. Virus scan is taking so much CPU. Ah, yikes. Any specific reason why you're going for a virus scan right now? Buffering a lot. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I guess that means you're gonna have to deal with a lot of delay. But, I mean, I doubt you'll ever reach the 8-minute delay I've had at one point. So, everything's fine. I think, I hope. Fear? Grief. Laugh? Friends. Finally, I'm getting a little bit more into what Sayori likes now. Disown? Ah, sad. Shouldn't have said anything. Playground! Wait, really? That's her? Would have thought that was her. Well. Deaf? Okay, there we go. Deaf and love and special. Kiss. Oh right, Kiss was Natsuki for some reason. I was always sure that Kiss would be Sayori. Holiday? Okay, I think I got it. Got like a 7-second delay with the refresh. Well, that's not too bad, I guess. It's a little annoying, but it's manageable, I'd say. But yeah, so far, we finished doing Yuri today. So yeah, we did Natsuki last time. This time we finished doing Yuri, and now we're doing Sayori. We probably won't finish the happy ending today. We'll do finish the happy ending next time around. And we'll do also the special ending that you get. I'm not sure it's a special ending. I think it's just to unlock more side stories, or maybe just an achievement. But to write one poem for each of the girls. That's also something we're gonna do next time around.
Code!
Sayori suddenly comes up to me.
I'm gonna go get some supplies from another classroom. Wanna come with me?
Supplies? What for?
Well, you know how the festival's coming up? Me and Monika were gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks.
Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Just finishing up Golden Wind. The episodes keep on buffering on my totally yes, I know, I get that. I get that. Sometimes it happens where on those totally legal websites it just keeps buffering. And there's really not much you can do about it. But yeah, totally understandable. Because yeah, I also have a lot of experience, of course, just watching, because I also exclusively watch stuff on totally legal websites. So I know what you're talking about. Sure, I'll go with you.
Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Oh, are you going with Code to get supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. But I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Code?
Yep, let's go. My 2 favorite websites were taken down. They never buffered. I mean, yeah, that's the problem about them. Sometimes they just disappear. And then you gotta find new ones. And you gotta find new sites. The thing is, you always find some new ones, but of course you have to deal with buffering. Friend recommended ones, which aren't the worst, but they're not the good. Understandable. Yeah. I don't really rely on recommendations, I usually look it up myself, but yeah, get that. You know, the most annoying websites are the ones that have like invisible pop-ups always covering the screen. Like you click on the video and it opens up another window for an ad. Then you close it, click on the video again, then it opens up another tab that is an ad. Then you close that, then you click back on the video, it once again opens up a separate window. And that keeps happening like 4 times, and then you can finally hit play on the video without opening up something else. Those are the kinds of moments I hate the most. Don't know if you have experienced something like that before, but ooh, that's annoying. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind Sayori as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I am taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sayori. What exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? Clicking on the video and opening another tab always happens on mobile. To me, on like PC. Ah, yeah. That a blocker helps. That helps. That do be helpful, I guess. I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature.
Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry.
Is that so?
Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance.
A performance? Of what kind?
Well, everyone is gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems.
Ah, that sounds kind of dull.
Code, you're not thinking about it the right way at all.
And you know what? I'm just gonna call you Name. That's the easiest for me. Name. Very creative way to call you, I know. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We're currently trying to get the happy ending. We've done the Natsuki and Yuri part. We're currently doing the Sayori part, and yeah, we'll probably not be able to finish doing the happy endings today. The happy ending singular, sorry. But that means next time around we'll get the happy ending. We'll do the write a poem for everyone. We'll might even start with the side stories finally, depending on how it goes. Great, actually. I am very happy to hear that. For me, I'm doing fine myself. I'm just, as I said before, I'm a little bit more busy this week, which was why I wasn't entirely sure if I was able to squeeze in a stream. But you know, I managed to pull it off, so here I am.
It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that!
Sayori. How do I put this? Also, when I was in computing class, I'd always go on a very legal website because they were never blocked, unlike YouTube. Another very understandable reason. Yeah. Hotel room with my parents and sister, my own room. Okay. Living in luxury. Hey. I see. Own room in the hotel. Nice one. So, since you're in a hotel, guessing you're on vacation then. I guess I would understand why you're feeling great. It's just, yeah, vacation always fun. Though, naturally it does have its downsides. You know, being away from home does have its slight little downsides because you don't have all the stuff you're used to. But there's a reason people go on vacation, and that is because you get to experience more stuff. I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that.
You meanie? I'm working super hard on this, you know?
I know. I just meant that it's pretty unordinary. That's a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self.
Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm so excited. The festival's going to be so much fun.
So she spins herself around in the hallway again.
Hey Code, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission.
The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this, but in the end she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. Whenever we get a hotel, I'd always be bunched up with my siblings because renting a 3-bedroom place was cheaper than a 5-bedroom. Yikes. Okay, fair, I'm not gonna flex my only child status. Okay, fine. How did you know I was going to? Am I really that predictable? I guess I am. If I've gotten that predictable, I need to come up with some new stuff to talk about, because otherwise, oh no, my content is growing stale. My mom and dad got in a fight with grandma and grandfather because they thought my dad was doing drugs, etc., but he wasn't since 2010. Well, he was at some point, I guess, but I mean, to be fair, being able to quit, to be able to quit doing drugs is an achievement in and of itself. Like, seriously, props to him for doing that. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. Yeah, it is impressive, as I said, yeah. The two of us enter the classroom, so you head straight to the closet and I follow.
Let's see what we have in here. Crayons!
So he pulls a box full of crayons out of the shelf.
They're the best brand, too. They're kind of dirty, though.
So he starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted, we still need to find...
Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color.
Fine. Really bad, he kept hearing voices. Yikes. All the more impressive that he was able to stop doing it. Like, the worse it is when it comes to drugs, the harder it is to stop, as far as I know. So, again, massive props. Like, seriously. Can't even imagine what it must be like. Fine, then at least let me move aside so I can look for the poster paper.
I dropped one by accident. Yeah!
So he bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls onto the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap.
Ow.
You okay?
My forehead.
Sayori clutches her forehead. Jeez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori.
But it hurts.
Just do it for a second. Mom was cheating on her. Yikes, that's a complicated family life you've got going there. That seems like a really complicated family life. Must have been hard on you, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you're able to cope with it somewhat reasonably. Because that sounds like a big yikes to me. Just do it for a second. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Sorry. They've been fighting since I was 4. Yikes. Yikes, I'm really sorry to hear that. I do hope it gets, like, seriously, I do hope that's just... I mean, if it's been that long, then I suppose you've kind of figured out how to deal with it. Even if it is just avoiding the situation or something, but still. It still sounds pretty rough, so... I'd hate to say it, but you've probably gotten used to it at this point, so yeah. Not that anyone should get used to that kind of situation. It's better now, kinda. Well, at least it's gotten better, so yeah. As long as it's gotten better, then I hope it keeps improving, but naturally there's nothing I can really say about that situation because I don't really have any experience on that. Having to switch to my phone is such a downer. Hey, you never know. For me personally, actually, well, that's my tablet usually and not my phone, but when I switch over to my tablet, I usually have slightly, like, a second or two less delay than on my PC, so switching away from my PC is sometimes beneficial. Traumatizing? Yeah, I get that. But again, I mean, I guess I could call myself lucky for not having any experience in that department, but that naturally means I won't be able to relate to people who've experienced that as much as some other people could. But yeah, I do hope that the situation keeps improving. Especially since, you know, he laid off the drugs and everything. I feel like that might have already made a big impact on the situation and the whole dynamic between your parents. But yeah, naturally things aren't gonna stop just like that. There's always gonna be something. You know, part of me feels bad just jumping into the game, jumping back and just talking about a heavy topic like that and then just casually jumping back into the game like it's no big deal. But I kind of have to if I want to make progress, so... seen so many that I don't trust any... Heard so many that I don't trust anyone. Not being able to relate isn't always a bad thing. Different perspective can be... I guess, but... It's always best if you have... But, you know, not being able to relate also means that you don't really have too much you can say to that person. Because it's like, yeah, anything I say is just gonna come out of nowhere. Because I don't know how people feel in that situation specifically. I mean, yeah, I know it's unpleasant. But seeing as I've never experienced it, I know that anything I say is just gonna be spoken from someone who has no idea what they're talking about. And I feel like that's not necessarily a good thing. But I guess a different perspective can also be beneficial. But I can't pretend to understand what it's like. That's the one thing that one has to understand here. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Oh man, that's gonna swell up. Epilepsy and disability on the left side of my body. You know, also ADHD, you know, the more you talk, the more I'm like, the more I feel bad for you. I mean, it's just, it's fine, you're not being, you're very welcome. Of course you're being very welcome. It's just that I start to feel more and more bad for you. It's just, I don't mean that in a negative way. It's not that you're intentionally bringing down the mood. It's just like, you know, let's talk about Minecraft. Switching the topic, I see. I mean, I guess that would bring up the mood a little bit more. Sure. Ah man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Code? Where would I even find ice around this time? Ah, I guess a cold drink would do.
You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn.
Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? Doesn't really matter since it used to... Since it will be used as an ice pack rather than a drink. First time has been a pretty cool update. It has been. I honestly haven't played it as much, and I know the snapshot for the next update is already out, so that's pretty hype. Snapshot for the next update. I can't wait for holiday 20. The other half, yeah. I know a lot of people are already talking about how it's gonna change the game forever. Don't really like it. I mean, I guess changing how everything generates and everything is always gonna be risky. There are always gonna be people who are like, I like it as it is currently and stuff, but... Oh, you like the caves? Then what about it specifically is it that you don't like? Is it just the fact that it's underwhelming because they had to split it in two? Like the caves, not the cliffs. Ah, okay. Okay, I get it. But yeah, the caves are honestly pretty nice. Really cool, though. Well, I mean, there are gonna be more updates, so... We'll see. Maybe the cliffs are gonna impress in the coming updates. Fast break now. Oh, you're talking about your roommate? She wants to play with you, or she just wants to play in general, like by herself? Because if she wants to play with you, then after just being this mad at you and now suddenly wants to play with you, then that would be... You know, the tsundere is strong with this one. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box.
At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them.
Sayori here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice.
It's nice and cold.
Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot.
Ah, sorry, I forgot.
How hard did you hit your head? Sayori placed the bottle against the bump on her forehead. I am confusion. No need to be confusion, it's just tsundere. Little bit of mood swings. I mean, it's understandable considering what I know about your home life. Having mood swings is totally understandable. Must have hit my head IRL. Why specifically? Why specifically you're talking about having confusion? So I placed the bottle against the bump of her head.
It stings!
Just bear with it, it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good.
Hey, Code. This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it?
Huh? What do you mean? I think I'll leave now. I want to watch some more JoJo, and tomorrow I've got prom to look forward to. Oh, nice! Nice one. Well, have fun then. Very worried about mass gathering. Yeah, but they... not because of COVID, but because a large crowd. Crowds, yes, horrible. Like to listen to music when they fight, to ignore it. Like Minecraft. So I'm guessing best way to distract yourself is to listen is to play Minecraft while listening to music. But I guess the best thing you can do is kind of ignore it, because I don't know what you can do in that situation, honestly speaking. When they fight, like it's them fighting. It's not like you have too much you can do, I think. But naturally, I am no expert on this matter, so what do I know? Like, all that I can recommend is stuff like family therapy, stuff like that. But I personally have no idea what would be best. But yeah. Should get a manicure. Wow. You think? You should? For prom? Because why not sus? No one here sus. No one here is sus. No one's a sassy little baka. I am just playing. DDLC, nothing sus here. No one sus in chat. I'll just keep going. Huh? What do you mean?
You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump. And I would always start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. Almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know.
Did I really do that? What's that die from aging? I'ma hope my friend say bum 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 bum. Ah, sorry, I bum 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 bum. Yeah, you go and haunt your friends. Honestly, if you were a ghost, if you turned into a ghost, who wouldn't try to haunt their friends just to mess with them?
Yeah, you don't remember?
Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. Guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. So no way it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head.
Code, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart.
Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long.
Really? Maybe you're right. Code, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever?
Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college or after that. Call me Joshua? Alright. Now I have horrible memory when it comes to names usually, but I'll try to remember your name. I'll do my best, Joshua. Okay, got it. But yeah, remember you're always welcome on the streams. If you want to talk about it, the least I can do is listen, and by listen I mean read, but you know, metaphorically listen to you. Now even though I don't usually, I don't think I'm gonna have any real advice I can give or anything, the least I can do is listen. And I'll keep doing that. So I do hope that this channel can be a little bit of a safe space for some people. Naturally, I have no way to ensure that, other than, you know, trying to moderate chat a little bit. So if anyone does end up being rude to you in chat, or in the community overall, I'll make sure that those comments are deleted. IRL name, 5th grade. Ah, okay. 5th grade sucked for you, that's... Why 5th grade specifically? Probably because after 4th grade, different school, having to meet new people. Because that's one thing I remember from 5th grade. Because after 4th grade, going to a different school and suddenly you don't know anyone anymore can be a bit rough. That's why it was a little bit rough for me. But how was it rough for you? So it wouldn't be fair to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? Can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up.
I'm so happy.
Sayuri has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her.
I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know.
Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Got into a fight and surprisingly won. Really? Ah, okay, that's rude. That's just rude. Like seriously, just going and calling and hating on people just for their body type is just... That's just rude. I know there's such a thing as having an unhealthy amount of body weight, but even then, it's still rude to just insult people for it. Now I know it's... the thing is, if you don't fit into the norm perfectly, then there's always gonna be people who just like, who just insult you for it and try to bully you. That's sad reality, but not like I can change it. Yikes! Okay then, that must have hurt. That must have hurt. Yikes! But good on you. Now, to be fair, teachers probably wouldn't have felt that way, wouldn't have, you know, been too nice, because you know how it is usually. Once you fight back against the bullies, that's when teachers pay attention and are like, how come you did this? You're so mean. But yeah, okay. Might have deserved it. But that's still a yikes. Gonna pee people. Wow. Yeah, of course, that's exactly what I'm... Teacher didn't care? That's fine then. Now, it's not like it's fine that a teacher didn't care, but I'm glad that the teacher didn't care in this particular situation, so being kind of understanding, I guess, of you fighting back. Which not all teachers are, let's face it. But I guess you kind of got lucky with your teacher there.
Not if I hide it under my bangs.
So you hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't sit up so fast after hurting yourself. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. Follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we made it back to the club room.
Ah, you're back. Good timing, we're just about to start with sharing our poems. Sayori, your forehead.
She's fine, don't worry about it.
I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? I have it right.
Sayori frantically glances around herself.
I forgot all the stuff.
Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. Found the poster paper too.
Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Code.
Ah, well, Sayori... I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. Friend told her, but she did nothing. Still healing. So we got mad. Yikes. I see. Now again, all I can really do is I can't really give too much feedback on this, because again, it's not like I have personal experience in that kind of stuff. But I mean, maybe someone will find themselves. If someone in my community ever does feel like they have advice to share, you can go ahead anytime. But all I can do really is listen, because as much as I want to give you advice, I don't think I'm the right person to do that. But yeah, I remember when my dad was drunk. I don't even know what to say about that one. Like, again, I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, told him never to get drunk again. Well, is it working out? I mean, I know he's off the drugs, but is he also laying off the alcohol a little bit, or is that not quite working out? He promised? Well, let's hope he'll be able to keep that promise. Okay. Well, at least, you know, progress is progress. That's all I can say about that. Progress is progress. And I do hope the situation keeps improving. So far, because from what I've heard, it seems like the situation has kept improving over time. And I hope it keeps improving, like seriously. As long as it keeps getting better, eventually it'll be nice. 2020 sucks. Hey, I'm not gonna deny that. A lot of stuff's been going on, and the pandemic and everything isn't helping. Because the pandemic kept going into this year, and it's gonna probably keep going a little bit into next year. It's not like the virus is gonna get completely eradicated or anything, so It's gonna stick around for a while. As sad as it is. Plus, 2020 had a lot of other stuff going on too. Just... yeah, we're living in strange times, to say the least. Failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure! Yeah, that.
Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too! Okay, everyone. You ready to share your poems?
Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Alright, Monica first, as always. Sucked for you specifically. How so? I mean, 2020 was a bad year overall. But why for you specifically? Other than, you know, family life kept being suboptimal, to say the least.
It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one that you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo.
That's kind of exaggerating it.
Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her, even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy.
I'm not shy, it's just...
I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time.
Already have. Sayori's kind of the final one on my list right now.
And you can talk to me every now and then too. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I?
BRB? Alright, see you in a second if I'm still alive by then, because again, I'm getting close to the end of the stream, so hopefully I'll still be around. Hooked up your Xbox? Nice. So again, not sure how much longer the stream is gonna go, but it's not gonna be too much longer. So let's see if you'll be able to make it back, or, you know. By any case, I really do appreciate you coming here today. And just know that you're always welcome here. If you have anything to share, I'm always willing to listen. Oh no, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to it being here, that's all. Mirror? What? Ooh? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that.
Oh no, don't worry. I get what you're saying.
Oh, alright. But anyway, you wanna read my poem now?
Okay, we're back to regular stuff, so we can skip. Okay, Natsuki time. Huh. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Huh? Who what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. Never mind, want to stay? That's fine, okay. I mean, we'll probably finish after this particular day is over, so it's not too much longer, so by all means, if you want to stay until the end, then don't worry, you won't have to wait much longer, and then you can check up on the Xbox. It'll only take a little bit, I guess. So yeah, let's actually make sure we make that progress here. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Phone was about to... Guess it's leg day? Why is it leg day? Huh? Was the phone about to... I guess. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori's a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? Phone died? It happens. Can't really do much about that. Because you're doing... skipping. Oh, ha ha ha. I guess we're gonna have many leg days then. Last DDLC stream was also leg day. Next one is also gonna be leg day. Just face it, it's always gonna be leg day when I do DDLC. It feels like she's dragging around a dead weight. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away, like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders, we know this one. Well, Ivanov has his own way of encrypting the messages. But yeah, that particular one says because you're doing skipping. So I guess it's leg day because you're doing skipping. Funny, I know, right? Because I hit the skip button all the time, like right now. Time for it. Here we go. But yeah, you'll get used to it eventually. At least I got used to it. Though I understand if not everyone wants to get used to it. Then again, I usually do kind of read it out. Usually. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. I don't get the pun either. No one getting any puns. Yuri, I need you.
Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Code. Your skills are already improving.
Really? Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot.
It's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry so much if it seems like you can't get your poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things that you see and hear.
My friend speedrun getting banned on the Twitch chat. Interesting speedrun. Best way is check the rules real quick, and then violate as many of them in quick succession as possible. You just gotta be cautious, because sometimes they give you a timeout, first of all, and if you have a 5-minute timeout, that's like 5 minutes added to your time before you can try again to get banned. So, always gotta be a little bit cautious. 3 minutes, 42 seconds. Decent time, I guess. Though I guess technically it might be depending on how strict the streamer is. If you find like very strict streamers, you could do it in a couple of seconds. Another way that could help is if you take a standard like bot message, you know? Like those bots that usually come around promoting websites. Just take a message from one of those bots, post it in chat, so the streamer will think you're one of those bots, and that should get you banned right away, I think, hopefully. And even if the streamer doesn't ban you, then then Streamlabs or something might, if you're lucky. So that's one way I think you could go about it to improve your time, or to help your friend improve their time.
Well, that's one way to truly enable the reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise.
I see. Oh, I'm gonna get in the shower. Alright. In that case, goodbye, because I doubt you're gonna make it back by the time the stream is over. Thank you for being here today. Really appreciate the support, and I hope to see you around in the future as well. I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing.
I have, well, an example of that, if you'd like to read it.
Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today, right? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem, which we've read already. Skipping. Ah, that's funny. Did Natsuki also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? My phone on the toilet so I can hear. Ah, that's nice, thanks. Thank you. Well, I guess that just means I'm entertaining enough for people to want to listen to me. Maybe it's just the game you're interested in. I don't know. Either way, I appreciate it. Get free viewers. Yeah, like that. Get free viewers and stuff like that. That's just, yeah, no. But I already know you, so I'm not gonna think you're a bot. Haha. But someone being ridiculed for a strange interest?
Huh? She did?
Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anyone.
She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way?
Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common.
That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Please don't tell her I said that.
Don't worry, I have no reason to.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing with me.
And there we go. That just leaves Sayori.
Code, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me.
Oh, I'm not hiding anything.
But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one's too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before.
I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so...
No way! Not even Natsuki?
Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something, but I don't think it's that.
What do you mean?
Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you.
Well,
Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things.
like cooking?
Let's not talk about that. So yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. I have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time.
I don't know if I understand.
You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? Say the website name. I won't say the website name because it's a stupid website name and I think most people know it. Anyone who, like, recently those bots haven't been showing up, which I really appreciate. But they do be stupid and I feel like people know their website name. And saying the website name is a bad idea because I have, you know, good old Streamlabs to filter that out. And I don't want people to get banned for no reason, just because they felt it necessary to say the name. I pat Sayori's head.
Hey! I'm not a kid, you know.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe.
Sayori starts fiddling with a pencil between her hands.
Hey, Code. Will you give me a poem? I kinda wanna keep it.
Huh? Why?
Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me.
Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home.
Really?
Snap.
I broke my pencil.
Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive to her surroundings, she bumps right into me.
Sorry.
It's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking.
I'm a little clumsy today.
Let's sit down, Sayori.
Yeah.
I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. It's not as good as yours.
Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I like it. We know the bottle's poem. Holy crap. Okay, skipping through the rest of the day and then we'll call it quits. Call it quits for today in just a second. And call it quits as soon as we get to the poem sharing part. And naturally, I would walk home with Sayori. Sayori. You really think I would ditch you for Yuri?
But she's so beautiful and smart.
Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. don't forget. Don't forget what specifically. Trying. Oh, right, the cipher. Trying to fill in the 2 missing letters. Okay, yeah.
You're so silly, Code. You think about me too much sometimes. You would deserve it if she wanted it, so...
Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes.
Sorry.
Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Okay, here we are. Let me save real quick. Okay. Actually, exit DDLC. So yeah, calling it quits right now. Next time I stream, I will probably Friday night. Will probably be Friday or Friday Night Funkin'. Then again, maybe I'll be able to squeeze in another stream before then. I'll try my best, but I can't guarantee anything. So yeah, you know. Anyway, I feel like we should probably try to raid someone now, right? It's only natural. So let me quickly make sure the recording is properly stopped. So let's go on and do a quick little sneaky raid. If you'd be so kind as to stick around for the raid, then I'd really appreciate that. And you can decide whether or not you want to stay after we get there. Alright, raiding... I guess I'm raiding Echo again today. Now, I have to admit I won't be sticking around today. For the simple reason that, again, I'm gonna have to get some sleep in early today. But I feel like Echo is deserving of that little bit of attention. So we're going on and raiding Echo right now. And I'll see you over on his stream for at least a little bit. So yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you around. So until next time, bye. Goes to you too, by the way, archive viewers. I know you're there. But yeah, goodbye to you too.